Hi, I'm Susan. I love to teach, I love to cook, so let's get going. Oh, and don't ever be afraid to cook. Welcome to my cooking space, the Hot Stock Pot. Let's pick a recipe. Ooh, healthy chickpea salad. The first thing we're gonna do is make the dressing, because what's a salad without dressing? And this is a good dressing. It's simple and it's delicious. Okay, we have some extra virgin olive oil. We have some red wine vinegar, sea salt and pepper, and some freshly squeezed lemon juice. All right, the next thing we're gonna add is some minced garlic. So I'm gonna show you how to mince garlic. Cut the ends off. And give it a smash, and the skin comes right off. Cut the edges off, give it a smash, and you have to give it a good smash. You know, like you're really mad at somebody or something. All right, so the skin is coming off. Perfect. I won't tell you who I'm thinking about. We're done. So now we mince it. So we start and we hold the tip down like this, and we just rock the boat, rock the knife until all the pieces. Now for this, since it's a dressing, we really do want small pieces. And we just keep going till they're all a good size. Okay, so we're done mincing the garlic. This is what it looks like, very fine pieces. And we'll put it in the jar with the other ingredients. Now you could do this just as easily in a bowl with a whisk. I prefer doing it in a jar because you can always give it a shake right before you put it on the salad. So we can make it ahead and then just vigorously shake it before we pour it on the salad and mix it up real good. So we're gonna let the garlic kind of steep and spread its delicious flavor all throughout the dressing. And that's it. Like this. And that's your dressing. Make sure the lid's on really tight. Okay, there we go. It's just gonna sit there for a while and marinate. Now we're gonna get going with the salad. The first step in making this salad is the cherry tomatoes. We're gonna cut each in half. I know, it's gonna take not too long because I have a really sharp knife, and that's the key. A nice utility knife like this, and it just cuts, presto. So you could do a couple at a time, and it gets done. It doesn't have to be exactly in half. It's just you can't have the whole tomatoes in the salad. So, but this is a very sharp serrated utility knife. That's the thing about sharp knives, especially when you're working with vegetables, fruits and vegetables. It really is a safety issue. You don't want to cook with dull knives because the chance for slippage is higher and you could cut yourself. But a sharp knife does what you want it to do and is always on the mark. And so I always recommend having your knives sharp and sharpening them on a regular basis. All right. Do a couple at a time. This is a nice recipe with the summer coming up because it's fun, it's delicious for one thing, but it's nice and summery and healthy, really healthy. Now we're gonna add an English cucumber. Woo! So, first thing we're gonna do is slice it into maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch slices, like this. And then as we go, we're going to take a stack of them like this and just cut them in half. Nice sharp knife. So they're halves. Right. You know, you don't want big pieces in a salad. Like that. And then just cut it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be fresh and clean. You want to wash all your produce before you use it. You can't know if it's clean or not. So just always rinse your produce. And always use a produce designated cutting board. You don't want to use the same cutting board that you cut meat on. It's just you don't want any transfer of bacteria even if you wash it. So now we're going to cut up our onion. This is the root where this is, and this is the stem. We want to keep the root the way it is and just cut off a piece on the stem like that. All right, so we have a flat surface, put it down, and now we're going to cut directly through the root. All right, so we have this. Now this only calls for a half an onion, so we're going to take this outer skin off and we're going to thinly slice it. But honestly, I think these slices are too big, so I'm going to just cut it one more time in half, like this. Okay? And then I'm just going to cut thin slices. I think that's better than just a whole half. And it's only total a half of the onion. Like that, okay? And then that goes in here. I love red onion, don't you guys? It's just so much more flavorful for salads. And you want these to be thin because you don't want to be biting into a chunk of onion in the salad. Next is the avocados. I love avocados. So I'm gonna go a little heavy on the avocado because it's my favorite. This is perfect. This is a perfect avocado. Even more perfecter. Look at this avocado. All right, now you can process an avocado many ways. I like to cube it for this salad. So I just make a couple of lines this way and a couple of lines this way. And then you just scoop out the cubes and they just kind of come out. See that? They just kind of fall out as cubes. Next, we're going to add the chickpeas. The chickpeas come in a liquid called aquafaba. And, you know, there's not that many uses for aquafaba, but I will say that sometimes it can be whipped into kind of an egg white substitute. And this is very helpful for people who follow a vegan diet, who don't eat eggs. They can use the liquid, the aquafaba, from the chickpea cans to actually bake with and do things with that you would normally do with egg whites. I have now drained the liquid off of the chickpeas and I'm going to add them to the salad. And I'm going to take my spatula and stir things up. This utensil is actually called a spoonula, and it can be used as a spatula or kind of a spoon. And I like it when I'm dealing with delicate things like avocados, because it's gentle on whatever you're stirring. It kind of scoops things up and you can really mix it nicely without beating it or you know, being rough on it. And like I said, I'm adding an extra avocado because I love avocados. We have feta cheese in this salad. So we're going to take 4 ounces of feta cheese and we're going to dice it into small cubes. Obviously, if you're a vegan, you don't add the cheese unless you eat dairy products. So just small cubes. Now we're gonna really add some flavor. Look at that. The red wine vinegar really adds a beautiful flavor, a zing to this. All right, now we're just gonna toss it. We're gonna toss this salad. The final step for this masterpiece is the cilantro. This is fresh cilantro. You just can't believe this flavor. The smell. So it's a 1/4 cup packed. You just pack it in, and that's what we're gonna do. So the way we mince fresh vegetables, like leafy vegetables, is we gather them all up kind of in a lump, best we can, and just kind of chop it like that. And we repeat it until it's the size we want, the size pieces we want. Do people really think this tastes like soap? I don't. I think it tastes like delicious cilantro. What do you think? Let's try it. The chickpeas are not too pronounced, so it just adds a nice texture. It's everything else, you know, just combined tastes so good. And it's so healthy. Give it a try. See you next time.